Hi guys, welcome back to Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Hope and I am one of the voices of this channel. My husband Michael and I are 50-somethings starting some new things in our life right now, and one of those is carnivore. So if you are new to carnivore like we are, you're welcome to come join us and learn as we learn. Today, what I'm going to do is take advantage of the time that Michael is doing some computer work. I need to sit down and do some in a few minutes, but I also need to do a little bit of meal prep. So one of the things that I have learned so far, not very well apparently because I still keep messing up, but it is really important when you're doing carnivore to be planning ahead and trying to take steps to make things easier for you when you do get hungry, so that you don't cave to carb cravings. So today I have a 10-pound pack of ground beef, which is huge, but a really great deal, especially since on carnivore you need more fat. So when you buy the cheaper, when you buy the 10-pound tube of ground beef that is higher in fat, it's actually the cheapest price. So I actually found this for $2.99 a pound. So you just can't beat that for several meals. So I'm going to brown some of that. Some of it's going to be taco meat for tonight. Some will be going in the refrigerator later. And I'm going to set aside some patties and things for later. And I'm also going to roast a chicken so that we'll have some variety. So I'm just going to take you along with me as I'm getting ready for some meals ahead of time. So I'm going to start with first roasting a chicken. And I'm placing a whole chicken. And this is one that we have raised on our homestead. So I know that it is super healthy, and I also know that chicken has less fat in it than most other meats. So I'm going to help that out by increasing the fats by adding some butter. So I'm just cutting a few little slices of butter, and I'm going to pierce the chicken breast and the chicken legs with a small knife. Then I'm going to take some of these pats of butter and break them into smaller pieces. And if you stick your thumb into the piercing before you put the butter in, it helps it to slide in more easily. So basically I've done about 3 little spots where I've added some butter to the chicken breast and a couple on the legs, and then I'm going to add some additional pats of butter, just tug it between the leg and the breast meat and on the inside. Now I'm only going to add salt to this for seasoning. I think that's plenty. And then I'm also going to add about a half a cup of water to my Dutch oven, and that will help keep it moist. And I'm just placing it in the oven and going to cook that at 350. This time it took about 45 minutes. Then I'm moving on to the ground beef. Now this tube of beef is huge. So I'm starting off by cutting out a little bit of the, about 2 pounds of the beef. Yeah, I have a little friend there helping me out. This would be our livestock guardian dog, who is normally outside but has decided for some reason that this summer she wants to be an indoor dog during the daytime. So I'm allowing her to accompany me for just a little bit. She didn't really get any treats, so she finally moved on. So I'm breaking up this that I'm going to just brown. It was a little over, ended up being probably about 3 pounds, and part of that's going to be tonight for dinner, and then some additional meat for later. Then I'm taking the rest of that tube and basically just slicing off what's going to become a nice fat hamburger patty. So I ended up getting about 10 patties out of this tube. And I didn't do any additional seasoning to it right now. I'm just forming it into patties and placing those into bags. I did have about 2 pounds of meat left over at the end. Normally I would have put this in a 1 gallon Ziploc bag, but I was out of the 1 gallon, so I'm using quart size bags and divided that into 2. And what I end up doing in a few minutes is flattening that out so that it freezes easily and stays flat. So I'm shaping just simple hamburger patties here. Like I said, I ended up getting about 10. These are good, probably almost a ½ pound burger, just about. So those will make nice fat hamburgers when they're cooked on the grill, and I usually will season mine even after it comes off the grill. And again, like I said, I was out of gallon-sized Ziploc bags. Normally I would put 4 to 6 hamburger patties in a gallon-sized bag and separate them with some parchment paper, but I was out of both on this day. Now, here's the trick that I've learned that is really helpful, is I will smash that hamburger meat out. This is what is not turned into patties. And then I'm going to grab a rolling pin, and that will help to smooth it out, makes it thin, and also it will freeze quickly. It stacks easily in the freezer like this, and then when you go to thaw it out, it thaws even more quickly as well. So those are tucked away in the freezer and are ready to be used later in the week. Now I'm going to remove some of the fat off of this, just because I don't like for my ground beef to be soupy, but I don't want to waste the beef fat that comes off of this. So I'm pulling all the meat out, setting it aside in a bowl, and then I'm going to drain off the rest of that fat and just set it aside. Sometimes I'll add some of that back to the ground beef that I'm eating, or maybe use it to season another meal. Either way, we will eat it somehow, or our dogs will. They love a little bit of beef fat just poured over their dog food. So I'm just using a strainer here over a Pyrex measuring glass, and I'm going to pour that off. It's fine that not all of it came out, but that's fine. Then I'm going to set that aside, get it out of the way, and put back roughly about 1.5 pounds of the ground beef that I just browned. And this is what I'm going to turn into taco meat for tonight. Our meal is going to be taco bowls with just taco seasoned beef, some yogurt, and some cheddar cheese. Now, I am adding spices to mine. If you're a purist carnivore, look away. but I've added cumin, some chili powder, and a little bit of garlic powder, and then a nice generous helping of salt. Then the ground beef that is left in the other bowl, I'm just going to put aside in the refrigerator, and we'll go to that for another meal or for a snack if we just need some extra protein between meals. Sometimes my husband will sneak back into the refrigerator and get a little. And there you have it. There's tonight's taco meat, and there's that roasted chicken. So there you have it. Two great sources of protein, chicken and beef, for a little variety, and probably will make dinner for tonight and lunch tomorrow, maybe a little bit of extra. And the hamburgers are already prepped for easy grilling in the days ahead. Hope that helps. If you have some tips and tricks up your sleeve for some ground beef magic, I'd love to hear about them. Share them in the comments below and let the whole carnivore community benefit from it. So until the next time, we'll catch you on the next one.